Miami and Florida State. This is a heated rivalry. They play every single year. I'm looking forward to the next 5 days on the internet, watching these guys rip each other's throats out on the internet. I mean, I looked at the line on this earlier. It was, or yesterday, when the lines came out, it was 9.5. Okay. Miami favorite. I think it's up to 10.5 now. And I would venture to say that's probably going to keep going up. But what do you think about this? I'm not going to lie. I already took Miami at 9.5 yesterday when it came out. I jumped all over that.
So I pretty much, I'm not a big, we talk betting on here and picking games and everything, but I don't want to oversell myself as some kind of odds maker, because I just do it for fun. I just pick the games for fun. I don't put a whole lot of research into it, anything like that. But people were asking me about the game after the Miami-Louisville game, and I instantly said, I think that line's going to be about 10. So I think we tend to overcompensate or think too much and make too much out of week one performances, and we'll call the Miami-Louisville game a week one or a first game against a big opponent. The Miami win was impressive. It was on the road, all those things. But what is Miami going to do every week? Florida State looked awful. I don't know. I think there might be a little. I would never say, I'm not going to pick Florida State to win. I don't think they're as good a team. I think they're in disarray. Their coach has COVID.
that can help. Yeah, I think that makes a big deal in this game.
Yeah, you would think so. It's a new coaching staff. It's not like he's got some well-established staff that's been there for 6 years with him, so they just kind of pick up where they already know what they're doing.
Is the mastermind behind this offense? Or offense is trying to do. I haven't done anything, but he's the mastermind behind what they're trying to do. And I think him not being there, and not only not being there for the game, he's not around the team all week.
Yeah, which
really hurts them. So I think this line's too low. I really think. Of course, this is a rivalry game. So sometimes these rivalry games can get weird. In-state rivals there that play every year. So I don't know, man. I just feel like this game's going to be over at halftime. Maybe I'm overreacting.
Again, that's kind of what I'm selling us on, the overreaction, but that's what it looks like right now. But it's like week 2 lines in the NFL. Everybody seems to go overboard about what happened in week 1, and somebody looked really bad, so they're going to be bad. And I think Florida State's going to put up a fight, but when it's only 10's a significant line, but Miami could wipe that out in 5 minutes. This could be a decent game. This could be a really good game. It could be 23-20 in the fourth quarter, and then you get a 37-20 final because Miami tacked on 2 touchdowns because they just Florida State's going to struggle to score. If they showed us anything against Georgia Tech, and this defense is 10 times better than Georgia Tech's.
I think Louisville and Florida State are comparable in a lot of ways. So that's exactly what we saw against Louisville with Miami is they let Louisville hang around for a lot of the game, and then they just blew the doors off of them at the end. And that's something that could very easily happen here. Thank you, Slim Shady Canes, for the donation. This was a while ago. Hopefully he's still here. He says, Chain is on loan every year to Miami, has been accused, never convicted. And 3, I'll happily take a beer and a stadium seating at Hard Rock any day. Hard Rock is a nice stadium. That's one, but it's not a college stadium. It is nice to be able to buy a beer if that's your thing. But now a lot of colleges Ohio State's selling beers, aren't they? At the stadium?
So when people ask me questions like that, and I'm not talking about beer and I'm not talking about concessions in particular, I'm talking about like off the field, what's going on, game day, I have to let people know I'm not into that. I don't pay attention to that unless it just happens to connect with my ears and I remember it. Then I couldn't tell you.
I think they do. I'm pretty sure there's about a dozen different schools now that are allowing alcohol sales. Texas, Ohio State. I don't know what they all are, but I think Ohio State's one of them.
I'm like 600 miles away. I go to a game about every 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, a Definition 409 brings up a great point. Probably $10 for a beer anyway. So, yeah, I'm with you. It's just another way for them to make money. Looks like who said that? Oh, Captain Trips, what's up, buddy? He says Vanderbilt is selling alcohol. See, there's a bunch of teams in the SEC and then several in the Big Ten.
And to your point about Hard Rock, yeah, it's a great stadium. It's beautiful. There were a lot of shots of it 2 weeks ago against UAB. It's beautiful, but it looks like a pro stadium. It is a pro stadium. That's not what I want my college stadiums to look like.
And I'm on that side of it with you. And I think it does hurt attendance. I have this argument with Miami fans all the time. Personally, I'm a traditionalist when it comes to college football. I prefer stadiums to be on campus. There's several out there that aren't, like Pitt, right? I mean, there's several teams that play in pro stadiums, and there's nothing wrong with that. I prefer it to be on campus just for the fan experience and the pageantry and everything. And I think, how far is that? That stadium's 30 miles or so away from Coral Gables. So you have to either bus or Uber or whatever it is that you do. I'm sure they have shuttles that run there, but it's still a hassle. If you want to tailgate, it makes it harder to do that. And that's really a lot of people love to tailgate in college football. If you go to Clemson, I'm sure at Ohio State's the same thing. You can tailgate, wrap your tent up or whatever you have there at your parking spot and walk 5 minutes and be in your seat. You can't do that at Miami. I think that hurts their attendance. Now, what they'll tell you is, oh, there's so much to do in Miami that no. Look, there's only 6-7 home games a year in a 12-month period.
Exactly.
If you're that much of a Miami fan, you'd find a way to get to the game.
Yeah. If you're the Miami fan, even if you're just a decent college football fan and they're not your passion crazy about them, but they're your favorite team. And there's this excuse. Yeah. If you're in LA, if you're in Miami, when USC's got half full LA Coliseums, well, there's so much to do in LA. I get that, but you're playing 6 games. It's not like you can't go to the club the other 6 nights of the week.
Right. Or the other, how many months out of the year?
Yes.
So it's a tired excuse. Adam the Sports Guy says Miami attendance is hurt by stadium location. So that's what I say. I say that's number one reason. Mm-hmm. And the fact that Miami is more than most teams has a higher percentage of their fan base living several hours away from South Florida. I'll do you one better, Adam the Sports Guy. I'd say the majority of Miami fans don't even live in the state of Florida. How about that? They're very Notre Dame-ish in that way. They are spread out very thin across the country.
It seems to be that way. I got nothing to back that up, but just empirical evidence of talking to people. But it sounds like that think about it. They were, sorry, Miami fans, I don't think you're necessarily chic today. Maybe you are to some degree still, but during the 80s and especially the 90s, you were. And that's when a lot of people became college football fans that are now, 35, 40 years old. And they're all over the country. And they are still Miami fans. And they stayed with the Canes. Adam, by the way, thank you so much for the comment that you left on my channel or somewhere where you found me today. And I appreciate that.
Yes, thanks, Adam. And he agrees with me. He makes a funny comment here. Says, personally, I think Miami only has 13 to 14 fans, and they're all on YouTube.
They all have YouTube channels.
YouTube channels. That's more important. Yes. I really like Miami fans. They're fun.
They are fun. I've got to, credit some of my, do we say success? I think that might be a little bit of a stretch to Miami fans. Me too. And I won't use the word success, but whatever it is, whatever I'm doing,
they are active and very supportive of college football on the internet. No doubt about it.